Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings, 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baloo?
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 What is Baloo?
Baloo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baloo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baloo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, or Mali. Baloo, better than sending money.
Good morning, everybody. We coming to start the meeting proper. As customs and traditions demand, we will start with an opening prayer. So can we all pray in our own ways, or we do the usual Fatiha? Bismillah, Al-Kali. اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا Thank you very much. Good morning once again. I wish to welcome all the media houses, both print and electronic, to this important meeting. You may have already known the reason for the meeting, but as part of our agenda, we would like to give you a rundown of the activities that are supposed to take place today. One, we would allow an opening remark to be given by our able Vice Chairperson of the Village Development Committee, who is Alaji Mane. The Alkali of the village will equally be the first speaker, who is no other person than Alhaji Fasise. Our security advisor would equally have a say, and then the PRO will also have something to say. This meeting is about our community, the emission that is coming from the Chinese company that is within our community here. By the name Sony Company. It's a Chinese company that is refining or changing or recycling heavy fuel into petroleum and gasoline. So that is causing a lot of environmental hazard. Would like to give the mic to our able chairperson, vice chairperson, ably representing the chairperson here, who is no other person than Alhaji Mane.
Secretary General Malik Mane, I want to welcome all the press media houses to this important conference. On behalf of the Mandinari village, the Alkali, the VDC, and the entire community, as mentioned by Malik, we all know the purpose of this conference, mainly to address our concern with Sony, a sludge company that is operating in our community. As we are all aware, this company has been existing in Mandinari for 10 good years, operating illegally without a permit. And the recycling is posing a lot of environmental and health hazard to the community. This matter has been addressed to the authorities. No, they were written, a lot of consultations, meetings with even Sony, but it bear no fruit to date. So this latter part, the VDC, in consultation with the Alkali and the Council of Elders, have felt the need to invite the press so that we can inform them about the dilemma that we are in. Because this is a very important issue that needs to be addressed. Because our fear is that it might have some long-term impact on our environment and our health. So as a body representing the village, we feel it necessary to bring this matter to a stop. Okay, already all the relevant authorities have been informed. Consultations were made, they were written, nothing has happened. So after this press conference, if nothing is done, surely we are going to write to the IGP and stage a very peaceful demonstration so that the whole world and the whole country will be aware of our sufferings. So on behalf of the Alkali and the community of Mandinari and the whole community at large, I welcome all of you to this important conference. So, and I also declare it open.
Thank you very much, the Vice Chairperson. I think we've all heard what he said. He talked about the company that is existing in our community called Sony Company that has been in existence for more than 10 years, and we've been pursuing this case for long. What they do is they recycle heavy fuel into petroleum and gasoline, and the emission that is coming from that company is causing a lot of health implications in the community. We have seen rises in the tuberculosis cases. We are not saying that it is the cause of tuberculosis, because we all know that tuberculosis is caused by a bacterium. But then, if the immune system is weakened and there is a potential hazard to the environment, you continue to inhale that, it weakens your immune system. There is that tendency of the bacilli to multiply in you and cause disease. Because all of us have the tuberculin bacilli in us. We are all immunized in this country against tuberculosis. And it is the live vaccine that is inoculated into our system, so that if our system recognizes tuberculosis later in life, it will be able to fight against it. But hence, or when our system is compromised, our immune system is compromised by the emission that is coming from the environment, we have a lot of people that are coughing, that have respiratory tract infections here in the community, so thereby weakening their immune system, and then it will kick off tuberculosis. So that is why we have a lot of tuberculosis cases in this community here. We have a lot of asthmatic cases in the community. Asthma is not caused by them, but then it triggers asthma. And it occurs usually at night. And here we know it's a remote community. Getting to health facilities becomes difficult, especially at night. And these people will operate at night, causing a lot of discomfort in the community. So those with asthma would have asthmatic attacks, and eventually they die when there is no proper attendance at night. So this is causing a lot of discomfort in the community. And as he said, we have been following it for long. We've written to a lot of authorities, and yet nothing has been done about it. Promises have been given that it will stop, and then they would operate clandestinely. They operate at night, or they would wait when the place is calm, they do it. When they feel that people are not attacking them or they are not saying anything about it, they start, operating. Even if you are at our football field, this emission would come, disturbing the entire environment. People cannot breathe free air in this community. That is our main concern, and we do not want them in this community. Having said that, I will turn the mic to the PRO to elaborate more on that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is a pleasure to be given the opportunity to speak in this platform concerning a burning issue that is affecting the whole community generally. Why do I say it is a burning issue? Simply because lots and lots of people are lodging complaints regarding the existence of this sludge recycling plant in our community. Series of complaints have reached the Alcalo and then have reached the previous VDC, and series of complaints have also reached the several CBOs that are operating within the village. And then the Alcalo in person has taken a step regarding the issue. A detail of that will be highlighted by himself, but I will throw some light onto that as well. Again, the CBOs that we are operating here, the likes of Youth in Development Organization, have taken several steps to ensure that these hazardous sludge recycling plant that is operating within our community is evicted from the perimeters of the village. Okay, that being said, I want to recap some of those activities or the efforts that were being put in place during this period by the previous VDC and the CBO, that is Youth in Development Organization, because on several times, being the Secretary General of that particular Youth in Organization, we have written several letters, and then in the later part, some of those letters were taken to the Alicalo for his endorsement, and then to the VDC chairman also. So of recent, now that the new VDC has chipped in, they have taken from where those have stopped, because they have also been doing so many things regarding this issue. So if you look, if you go to your Google, you look into some of the hazardous effects of sulfur dioxide, you realize that it can cause several, ailments, long-term conditions in persons. So we have written to several agencies, like I said earlier. Today I am speaking as the PRO, but in those days I was acting as the Secretary General. Usually, I used to be the person who used to write all those letters. We have written to several departments and agencies of this country, of this government, during the previous regime and even the current regime. So we have written to Ministry of Petroleum. We have written to Ministry of Trade and Industry. We have copies of those letters here with us. We have written to a National Environment Agency on several occasions, not once, not twice. We have also written to Environmental Health Unit in Banjul NTEC complex. We have written to several Ministry of Petroleum, like I said earlier. We have written to even the governor of West Coast region. We have written to the police commissioner. So we have sent our letters to several departments to make sure that they come to our aid. But to our greatest dismay, these letters will be written, no reply will be made, no formal call will be sent to the village or to the village alcalo or to any member of the VDC or to the CBOs to tell them that we've seen your letter and this is what we plan to do. And even if they used to do anything, we have not been notified about it. So that implies that even if something is done, we are not aware. So at some point we were made to believe that the government of the Gambia and its several various varied agencies are not answering to the call or to the plight of the people of Mandinari. They were not answering. Okay, coming to the recent activities, or let's say the recent follow-ups that we have made regarding this issue, we invited Sony Company itself, the members of Sony Enterprise, to a series of meetings. Some of those meetings were carried at the Alcalo's place, his compound. We had a meeting and we had an agreement with them. So the agreement we had with Sony Company is that the village is not happy with your operations and we would want you to stop. But the latter meetings, after we have requested from them the environmental audit report and the environmental impact assessment and their addendum to the EIA, we have gone through those documents and realized that it is indicated in those documents that these people have not been giving any environmental approval to operate in this community. And from the reports we have from the Alikalo of the village, he was not even being notified at the time when they were coming into our community. Can you imagine? They have occupied somebody's land, somebody who is a farmer, a peasant farmer for that matter, who has grown certain plants and crops in his farm. They came, they uprooted all those plants, and they have dismantled all the farm. They occupied it. In fact, that person has rioted. He has rioted. It's rather unfortunate. His riot couldn't, yield him anything. So that is to tell you that these people, the way they came to our community, it was very wrong, totally wrong. They did not take the due process. In fact, the Alcalo at one point had to go there with the villagers, with some of the youth, and they have to send him a warning letter. We have a copy of that letter with us, telling the Alcalo, we understand you are the one who is going with some of these youth to this particular place. They threatened him. So those were during the previous regime. But recently, after we have realized from their audit report that they do not have any environmental approval to operate within our community, we have asked from them to stop, to cease operations, since they are not been giving any legal backing to operate within our community. So what happens is, in one of the meetings, they had to invite the environmental standard officer of National Environment Agency, the license officer for that matter, Mr. Samate, Lamin Samate. They invited him to one of the meetings. And then in that meeting, we have it on record. I repeat, we have that on record. That Mr. Samate said it point blank to everyone in attendance of that meeting that they have given these people a stop notice, and they would not allow them to continue operating provided they do not sign a corporate social responsibility with the community of Mandinari. They approached us. The Chinese company approached the village through the VDC. They requested us to come to terms with them and sign this corporate social responsibility. But then what happened is we refused. We said we are not going to sign any corporate social responsibility or a form of MOU with you if you do not compensate us as a village, because we believe that our rights have been violated. You have been operating on our land for a period of 10 years without any environmental approval. You have violated our rights. So we feel that you need to compensate us. If you do not compensate us, we are not going to go into any agreement with you. We are not going to even welcome any form of discussions regarding this issue. Again, that was not the only plan at the VDC's end. What we plan to do is to write a particular memorandum of understanding whereby we are going to give them certain conditions to make sure that when they are going to continue operating, they will have to do so in accordance with the latest standards. So when we had that, when we requested that from them, we did it by writing. We don't just say it verbally. We wrote to them. They sent a representative by the name Fatima Silla. She came, and then she said, Sony has accepted your request. We said, fine, that's very good to hear. But then tell Sony that we wrote to him officially. Let Sony reply to the Village Development Committee and indicate that he has accepted to provide the village a compensation. So ever since we did that, Fatima promised to bring that. But unfortunately, the compensation has never reached the VDC. On several occasions, I personally, as the PRO, have made several follow-ups to Fatima. I called her, I got her number personally. Some of those WhatsApp conversations, I still have them with me. But she kept telling me, anyway, I'll try to talk to Sony, I'll try to talk to Sony. At the end of the day, you know what she told me? She said, anyway, Yusuf, I couldn't do anything about this issue. Because why? Sony, I am not the administration. But then I spoke to Sony, and still now he cannot do anything about it. I too cannot do anything about this issue. That was the last time I spoke to her about that compensation. So could you imagine? Several occasions after those encounters with the Chinese and with the NEA personnel, these people still continued operating. And then anytime they operate, and we are aware of it, we go there and try to stop them. We try to caution them. And then they will stop operating and promise that they will not operate. And then when we do that, few days later, they will begin to operate. Sometimes they operate at night, just like the Secretary General have said, when everyone has gone to bed. But then now, just 2 months ago, over the state media, we heard over the minister, the Honorable Minister of Environment at Kerr Fatou. He said to Kerr Fatou that we have given those people a stop notice. We have stopped those people and they are not operating. They are no longer operating. Then the village took it upon themselves. They said, since the minister and his ministry have stopped these people, then we are not going to allow them to continue operating. So the last time they operated, I was the very person who went there on the authority of the VDC. So I went there, and then I tried to stop them. We have records of all those things. And then they stopped, they promised that they are not going to, because I told them, the minister said, you people have to stop. The minister said, they have not given you approval to continue operating. So you don't have to continue operating. If you operate, the village will rise against you. And whatever you see, do not hold us responsible for it. They've promised that they are going to stop operating. But can you imagine? They are still operating, even right now as I speak. If you could bear me witness, all of you are perceiving a scent right now. A very strange scent. So what we said we have taken several diplomatic approaches. So why not we take demonstration as our last and final resort? So few people amongst us have said, before we do that, let's go back to National Environment Agency. We tell them, you people, we've written to you on several occasions. You have never replied to our messages, and you have never notified us if you have taken any step regarding this issue. So we went there this last Thursday, that has just passed. We went there. We met with this same Mr. Samate before the director of NEA. At that point, Dudu Traoré, the director, was on a meeting. He said we have to meet with the standard officer, Lamin Samate, and then when he's done with that meeting, he will call us. The delegation, we have the Alcalo, the Council of Elders, the members of the VDC, and the ward councillor himself. So during the meeting with Mr. Samate, can you imagine, after telling Mr. Samate, you said in the village, you came there, we had a meeting with you, you said to us that you have given them a stop notice and they will never operate, provided they sign the corporate social responsibility or a sort of MOU. This is what you told us. Samata said, yes, we said that, yeah, but then we have given them an approval because we are with the hope that you people have signed that MOU, that agreement. I said, Samate, how can you just hope that we have signed that agreement? I expect you to operate beyond that. You are an educated elite. How can these people just come? I said, come on, how can you give them an approval? He said, the lady brought me a draft of corporate social responsibility that they have prepared, and they said they have submitted that to you. And then you promised to send that to your counterparts in the diaspora, and then later on you will do the signing with them. So in fact, this was why we had to give them the approval. I said, Samate, you said during the meeting that you are not going to give them approval without signing. You have not seen any copy of the signed document, that agreement document. How come you give them an approval? All of a sudden, the director called us to go and have a meeting with him. During the meeting, the director said, because I have narrated what has happened. Well, I have told the director what we heard over the national TV at Kerr Fatou, when the minister was telling the whole Gambia that they have stopped these people from operating. The director said, yes, I said that to the minister. And I did it because I went there personally to see whether they are operating or not. But on that day, I did not find them operating. And in fact, that day, I met one man there. He's a tough guy. He said he's a native of Mandinari. He told me they are not operating. No. So based on that, I told the minister that these people are not operating. So I was with the notion. He said that he was with the notion, the director. He said he was with the notion that they are still observing the stop notice that was issued to them. Now, the big question I want to ask the Gambian people, the Director of National Environment Agency is with the notion and the perception that these people have stopped operating. The Minister of Environment, a whole minister, is with the notion and the perception that these people have stopped operating. Then how come Lamin Samate is telling us that they have given them an approval since April? Since March 13th. They have given them an approval. You have given these people an approval without the minister being aware of it, without the director being aware of it. 1 year approval. And can you imagine, this was why the last time we called the Chinese people to show them our stand as a village, we tell them if you operate, we are going to demonstrate. They say, take us anywhere. Take us to court. Demonstrate if you like. But we are not going to stop operating because we are giving approval. That day, when we went to NEA last Thursday, it was clear to us that, yes, these people said they were giving an approval to operate for 1 year, then it's true. Although even if the environment minister is not aware of it and the director of NEA is not aware of it, but they were giving approval, ask Lamin Samate, he will tell you. So we feel that there has been a foul play. There has been a foul play. Because if there has not been any foul play, you agreed as an agency, as a ministry, that these people should stop operating until they meet certain standards. And part of those standards is they will have to flare it. That is, they will have to burn when the gas is being emitted, so that no smell will be perceived anywhere near. Or they put in a mechanism. I'm telling you the conditions that we are given. That Samate himself said. We have it on record. That a mechanism has to be put in place where it will trap the gas. Maybe that gas could be used for other purposes, like, it could be used to refill the gases that we use for cooking at our homes. And several conditions. One of them is they will have to sign a corporate social responsibility. Now, none of those conditions have been met, and these people have been given approval to continue operating. That is something fishy. That is a foul play. So we want the whole Gambia to know this is what we are facing as a village, as a community. Our voices are not being heard. We've been doing this fight for a period of 10 years. Somebody from somewhere came and occupied a portion of our land without any approval. And in fact, he has to forcefully grab somebody's land and operate there. If you want to tell me it is because of the last regime this happened, now the new regime should be able to do something about it. And last but not the least, this area in question, according to the audit report, they say it is an industrial estate that has been designated by the government of the Gambia as an industrial estate for petroleum products. My friend, like I said, right now, these people are operating. All of you are still perceiving the scent. It's less than 2 kilometers from where we are seated right now. Is it ethical? Is it okay for such a hazardous plant to operate within a residential area? It is not okay. So why would they allocate that industrial estate for petroleum products? That means they are sacrificing the people of Mandinari. That is, if we succeed by evicting these people, if we succeed to evict these people from this community, a similar one can still operate there, because that is what the government is doing. They are designating the place, even if not yet finalized. But we are telling the government of the Gambia we do not like it. We are not happy with it. We do not want these people to continue operating here or any other similar type. The government has other places where they can allocate for these people to go and operate without disturbing anybody. That is not near to any, residential zone. So we are a residential zone here. We do not want, even if factories, other factories can operate, industries can operate, but not this type, because these ones are hazardous industries. So this is our stand as a village. We want these Chinese people out, and we do not want any such factory ever to operate within our community. I thank you all.
Ebul Piaro, I think we've all heard him well. He elaborated on how this Chinese company came about. He told us the steps that we took to make sure that we write to authorities to know the hazards that they are causing in this community. To add on to that, this factory is not the only factory that is emitting such a hazardous smell into this community. We have a similar one around Makumbaya End. The scent is also and equally coming into this community and all the surrounding communities that are within this catchment area. And somebody, as he said, also mentioned that they closed that factory. They gave them a closed notice. But that factory is still operating. And they knew about it because that somebody is part of this community. He has a compound around the other part of the community. And the hazards, the smell that is coming from that factory goes to that area where he is staying. So he knows about it. And as he said, at this present moment in time, you and everybody here is getting the scent that is coming from this factory. So it is not environmentally friendly. Even whereas this place is allocated to be, an industrial area, but if it is not in line with, it is causing a lot of health implications to our health, I think it is important for the government to stop it. So our health is very, very important and paramount when it comes to any development in this community or this country. We must have to put that in at the back of our mind. So we urge and challenge the authorities to make sure that they uproot these people from our community. That is our stance at the moment. We do not want to have any negotiations with them because they are operating illegally and they are giving them 1 year, approval to operate. But then there are conditions that are supposed to be met and they are not meeting those conditions or criteria. So what is the essence of giving them a 1 year approvals? It is important for them to challenge them and make sure that they stop what they are doing from forthwith. Thank you very much. On that note, I will give the mic to our security advisor, because we need a security advisor in the VDC. We do not just operate like that. We make sure that we follow the due process of the law. And having a seasoned ex-police officer in our midst is very important. That is why we identified him as our security advisor, to make sure that he guides us as to what we're supposed to do in our daily activities. So I turn the mic to Mr. Keba Bojang.
All protocols duly observed. Anyhow, our problem is Lamin Samate. He's the one who disappointed the village. He's a resident of this village. And when the village have a meeting, ordinary meetings, he never attended. But any time the village called for a meeting with the Chinese, he bring himself there. So when the day we went to the National Environment Office to discuss with them about this issue, he was our first point of contact. And there was a question posed to him by Yusufa. What are the criteria for issuing a license? He straight went to a point and said, the village must have a MOU agreement with the Chinese, so and so, so that if the village approve it, they will all sign it, bring it, we give them a license. And this was not the case. So it means that he was saying that Fatima brought a draft. And we all are aware, right now the CRC have a draft constitution, but could anyone work on that draft constitution to implement it? So now if the Chinese gave him a draft agreement without the consent of the village, he have never inquired from the village whether we have agreed on them or he have never even seen a copy of that draft constitution, MOU from the village. He just approved and gave them a license. We have believed that he have done something there on his personal gain, because he is a resident of this village, and he is a standard officer at the National Environment Office. So the journalists would try to meet him at the National Environment Office and ask him the conditions why he gave these people a license, because we should also equally sign. It is not a single party issue. It is an issue that is between the village and the Chinese and the national environment. But if one party have to give him a draft, because that draft, what is that draft? We don't know what is in that draft. So based on that draft, he gave them the approval. So we believe, and the stand for the village is, we want these Chinese to stop and vacate this village entirely. And what we mean now, let them leave the village. Because the problem with the Gambia, from the first government to this second government, public officers are not willing to do their jobs. If things went violence or if things went in another way down, they use the security. Now, innocent security officers are now facing problems. What about the people who are responsible of that office? They fail to do their job. Nobody is talking about that. Like the instance in Burfoot, Faraba Banta, that matter has been dragging so many years. But instead of trying to make sure that the truth is prevailed, they just issue them license. It means that it's a kind of force. Whether you people like it or not, we are going to give them a license. So as the villagers protest, they use the securities. That brought out the problem between the securities and the villagers. What about the people who are supposed to tell the truth? No, we cannot give you allow you to mine here. We cannot do this. Or we are trying to negotiate with the youths or the villagers. But people are only there for their personal pockets. Now, government is not considering to put action on those people who refuse to do their job. In the police, if I fail to do my job, they will discipline me for failing to neglect of duty. But what about the public officials? The incident in Gunjur, it has been dragging. Nobody is doing action there. When the people are angry, they want to protest, they use the police. So I think government should also put that into consideration. Any public official who doesn't want to do your job, you better leave simply rather than they push you through the window. I think the village is fed up with these Chinese people. So as the Secretary General said, we are going to write a letter to the Inspector General of Police to demand a permit. It's going to be a total, absolute, peaceful protest. But if we have seen that that is not the solution, other measures could be taken. I'm not threatening, but when people are fed up of it, because they cannot sacrifice their people's health with their pocket. Because if you see they are doing this, maybe they are greasing their palms there, so they think that these people are sleeping. We cannot be sleeping. Not everybody is a fool. The village is too wide for that. We have almost, the village population could nearly go to 5,000 or more. So how can one person sacrifice the village for his pocket, giving these people a license without seeing any memorandum of understanding between the Chinese and the village? So that is our stand.
Sir, Mr. Keba Bojang. Without much ado, I will give the mic to the Alkali to equally have a say. Alkali?
Alaikum. Mbe VDC kol mbal konton na mon min bota diaspora mbe sate alfa na min bijambe be konton betan te faranga diam mandin ka kauna katu mo jamal bijam bir musolto ke balto kumandiro kete bu nyajang ar min ka fo e man fem moy woto oto silen sina tandila ko munebe kere min be keren VDC ko yan kumandi nyinne la ko Chinese sol minu bijang ka sunkan fintindi ila do ku dulato min kam hadama dingli toraja atoro asembo be danna damin tol do mawolo bar nyaay minu je min be kerin jang aninga minu kalamta ngamira malik nyoli wol dole fole nena buka soden det ni minu je jang wati kilun kono moy jakite ka ay boy ay fa o buka ke Mandinari na tariko bar Chinese wala ni ma fon la hani babandi sise abara kadino to do ko la benga lonje abuta munkulala alan sara tata bala kadino to do ko la jeni ni dula tema less than 300 meter on abe fen ko la sunkan nata selta saykulo ka seta la suokon aketa fred mol ka nyo sabo ke den nimmin salta dan nimmin ketate nimmin ketate o ko la kotenke mason do be do ko la je o doa taba fonto nyin balaje o mason ay do ko ke foi jita be ni fen ko ka ba in hell la ke ba ko ar nga ji sun kan sembo war atem ba mota bitam ba mota la ka pelol ka kono ka samba dron aboyta to fanan fat woni nyon jama le safo jam min ya lon ko sate ne ma woli long adun komin ya fo nyami ko to courant min bi jang nim banko ko fo MRC fon kanana e ka world tuba closest day ka programme o ke jang ka celebrate jang ka mandinan koli kalam tande ka to halin na banjuno ndi loptano to ngamin soto je ka min fonye nim wati sutun kono nyuna operation anin sain tema TB cases min bi Mandinari asia batala sisudimo e wala asabun toli malong barin sa associate ni na lako nin ku sun kan min be kere mandalala wala be na kuma sai ka munta nin si se kul fo teta do bi je sa munta ko ni be kamo wide la pipe sota kanata dula dot aka sun kan nyamin ani wala be kamude ya e ni wo be kere ay mol tora adun sako min fana mu abe diminati wala mu ko birin ñunu bina ñin tani sol sambala jang saate mo kilim ma kalamta alkal ma kalamta itata minu la keno kono kunko tiyel wal ma kalamta ako boyta nyami wulita kadu min fon keta nin ka fon nyami ko mi secretary afon itata min na ko kunko atara du sa ju tawor ani lul ay wala seje otumo president ko ya jami ako mo le alta la kunko to do ko la sako funding ke ako ta kunko to do ko ako birin foni ni ajibe du tol minu bije ke ba le wala fi o ke ba la firo wala bije hanin bi dinu kabalwal sai funding ke du tol le min fi so I advise can aka min for operation feed yourself grow what you eat what you grow oy funding ke dol hamenda naka seno min tandi mol in funding ke wulita tata ala keno ka be doku ka kolon sin nin kolomba birin santo foduma be ke mulole foduma o kola nata du taju taworo nin fenke je foy be ka firoke ka din kumas enata burkuso doku je o burkuso chopa burkuso le doku je tio fo burkuso tat a firo kumasa be firkan sip ñun nata boya kan a man fen kalamta mole a telephone kay ko he ila kun ko ta haynan tio ko no te firlum bande be sumandiro law ay murubani ka anin kido en te do malo me natan kumandi ka fonni na taxi le ne ka kata ka bantambi wolun ale mantabe a manfa nte fana mafa nkai wote kela nim mo boyte la keno kay loi le bekeren ta loi nyatelum ala ke fo anata songa en nakumo moy muruntana mo ya kalam de woko bekeren 150 meter by 100 meter wala ta la keno amma iman sarafe alo tilimbale dunta ba de ndolbe woko kono ka ko tama otumo len tata kata commandant ya di den governor oko atema kalamte ma inform en ko ka fo je Sony Company bar ni Sony be mun tole no ibe yunum kotole yunum koto e kanyin fenko do ko e folota sukuta ma fon le bota je bay je nata yunum koto e bije yunum koto ko li wulita barwol da ma me bondi be FIFA la resident area woli wulita jenin je pop ye bayje e bayje o ya tara mandina ntol nga sacrifice le tinga na doku dula faro na Baloo dula mume be ngadi kam petroleum la, that is for national interest sa te ngamira alfa la bija abenke da bele benta funding kele ni kata nga kol beke bar madi mo kun kilina ko ngadi Gambia bela Gambia mansakunda Gambia government ngamira all for national interest because kotumo sansi sotejo kake kujama bekere ni atare bina banko bina iruala isanso min bina ka ko be topoto ikoy mandina leje dami mo di ideal place na farole bar mano la ka do kuje fani mol man kaja ine mo kaja da mo jamal wulita ka kuma fo la karol yen natani hadama asilo la ni kaja sate sonta kadi hadama asilo kadi Gambe man sakunda dara ko la nata kuma do mi moy woyen tol ni o ya hani manje sai ni wo be keri ko nyeko alla mol nga no na alla Baloo dulare bi jam bar alla nyin kunku tintol ta sta Baloo jele be nareka sai mani dole be keri min ka do ko tariata aka moju la sa do kunku tintol e wala fo mandi nan kole sai na o kunku tintol nga je ko ku karaje ka nyapi je kan kadi mol yentela aseta yena ownership ta ya busi na nyapita kan dia ko ya tambul ikata di fankamala we na o dundala asset fotani so la nyin atel asset le kon min tamu ya balala ad wala mamma tamu fata ma ka Baloo del so yaji nin ne keta wulita akola ntada governor environment na fenko ela fiscal planning officer western region aya commanda la office of the benyala ni fafa nyol beron ex police officer ya nyinin ka fo ye fiscal planning ye kumar moy mandila akoy la office regional office me inform ntata fo kalil diti a hotmo wala be director akoy tolte wala inform la te kenati inform la ite alkali it only directive la sort of from the president's office ni wutoli also to katamo immediately manta mo nya ko jibe mba ko kele kan what mo sa te fondin kele jamal be lamfri na sa fo fosila nyalo mba yaje wule tan ni sa te ke bal be ni ke ba dol ba ko na janko bur fot nyal fe ntata fo vice president ya kanin ko kele lonkele lantom bon tamba in his uniform anata nan jang akajanta sun karol ko wolun jumbo janjol dol kam fayit ya filije nu ha dabo nyol na forma VDC chama ka filije kana tamanisio akoy safo fasi se mandinare safo nyem bukan fanje atele nyin Chinese sol sambana kata banku dol tani benta plan ala tamol atele ko na Gambia ja atele muy jatete adun ate fanan sembeta dulala sembeta damina mo barinte sa lonko niente doro dun to malon le fabe diala kante doro so kalamda mo len ki jo fare yen je mbije luminan to tata ate ya jamila kunko to madian ka faroto o lum malo mun keta jang kenati kunko tel tata agriculture Ousmane Cissé président an agriculture koliana ye also mo not a letter soto kabo Ministry of Local Government ngamira letter copy le bebo kan address permanent secretary but me ya sign for permanent secretary all Sek Sanyan is the present energy palm sec but automatically deputy palm sec technical until I sign for the minister and the permanent sec kandana ko ntele wulitan nin sate funding kele ntate to la demarcation pillars nyol remove ngamera be yole hodun is contrary to State Land Act. Coming banko la kene loi bunda amuntantengole soso. Oto adu salon ko is punishable. So the fiscal plan in the land office bula eta yente punish yen samba loi nyatilo. Kuma jamale I all vice president from the office vice president secretary general all other departments I be even NIA kata other police headquarters I be copy o letter. So bije nte fana wuli tambe o ko kirbu karabala malo wonne ni balet fen ko yela jang yundum brikama forest be ni ji ko fana nga kata pour kayaje lokili secretary general otumo min bije sala ni wo ñoja ni chief of protocol pour ka letter o safe ka di yala fana nga jabiro keje ko State Land Act mambala wola bar hadama nin ta nyaala bije inyanta mola keno jib tala nyaadil adu fanan still land tenor system bekere customary ownership bekere ni bina mola keno tala pour ka ke state land kunyati bari buka di individual farm la abita banko la commune karambullo wala ku ko de loptan lo wala banko bela nafa bebe bari ente la keno sisimbul ka di individual sa commune alone they are foreigners. I'm sorry ka of sifaf but what China ko e for China ibe sonna mo fin jamale wo sifa ke China no la tandide so yara fon e kam bra president mo letaro biraje Smaila Sambu yara lu ayen kumande nin janko nyol biji akonye fa na nga deng afenke ya e Baloo itele tamudula kuma jama nka entela banko za tela keno ngata ni ade wol yaje wo kete yen prepara wala ya jamin na so kalam bari wo ba jandi wo ka kalam te entela let appointment letter simbol as alkali nata wota yaje so what mo la ni nata kalam te nata ko keta nyinna nyam wotole asabu keno fon Kenya among jangu environment natale utumo Mr. Farwato fana leta safeko nin tayno so la taro jang itol environment ma approve ka I resin jamal sambana anin ko land issue fana is not yet clear the tarta be keno minto o man jangu so foil ke follow jani be permit dile but jakalo keta minute itole permito list fen commune fintin coming today is 25th huh bim 24th be 24th November wolune tole application safe pour ka land for land fiscal planning wolun kilon le approval deal o kilon le permito nil for construction atelun kilon le deal o lun kilon le fara kar kilon ye fen ko list apply ato lunkilong le diala ngol be kot ya jame nga ala ke te copy wo leta la ila woni neta bala ka tandina ko nyunde liske ngol leta photocopy nga tande ko ya jame hanite ya jame mo pawa soto nyimbankunka sako mo kote e commande men be bondi wala be ministre o permanent secretary Ablaye Mane Khalil Jite de lands officer ya e be bay wosilot de nin ko be kera metale so sai min be kera nin fo nin kelu wulita sai kom be o ko kele kan adun fenna min fana bele alon ko ñun na toro anin sifa min be makumba ila toro warda because sa atenko dembo mane kamin fo mam bala yirwala bari yirwa min be ni la kulobe ko la e samba fanka so kono bala fe o yirwa sifa la dembo mane na ke bado alman kafar ne make akanyine foy so ni atara wobe kela e ntol nga kele wo nyama iko science fonyo ka bondi sate nyinnya nge samba si sekunda tata fo wula ba kono na kunku janjana nga mera ni si sekunda dingul bidan nga 200 meter by 200 dila jam 150 meter by nga wodi la 3 ndan koy sa kana tarjam ma fon le se tarawulo kono fonyo nin sun kan kana sate tora tani sol fonction tawala atata ko minister nin permanent secretary manso wala ko minister nin permanent secretary manso wala e ko je jam fatale silati je jang ready made silole bi je wala mana silole to yalo be mutilim balyal ntarata nin toro nin kolara kono sa nin sita bila fo nin keli wura ko wo sun kan sifale bonna jam ma fon to nyale ko mandina jang ya a hayma ko jambe kala industrial area yola fo bari birin fo sanji fula eltin na fen ko be lola janjamin ni opposite to galb energia il application o ko leta nin fen ko yentela kenola ma galb ntata wala ko tol mu cristiano le bari tonya ya je man sakunda kata nyami amankile ibente compenser la nakeno e manta man se ye kodo joje ya je ko temin tam keno ya je o nena buka ke kanyapi mola keno kay man fen fa wala leta to mfawna ngo ko pi ngaje ko esta kamare ministry safeko danim be nyuna ko be approve la dula is not clear. It's still a proposed reserve. Ima approve. Amanta cabinet, amanta dula. Galbla, oto atandi ko jam propose le, but still not among approve. Adu hanim be careful propose. Oto ni a propose. Si fan min ka keje ngamu samate fon la ko. Tonya teni so la nin kedam. Nin fafa sanyam bentale. Fafa. Energy minister akoni sifa min bijang atkel dulat han china te sonna kato sako mol konote e kaytol tandila ko Allah nyin kaytol be almaji je fa fasanya ko entel nga nyin be safi wolu te bijel mbemba bijel ako entel nga nyin be safi al tente karandi no la nyin sifa ole action neta pour que bondi jang wala yela production o sifa e comme no me la problème oti wolom ko ñunu ka recycling minke use oil tulu janirung mi kata fay nawe ka fay anin dulale wala ko fay bala ko no ka tinaro ken nanyela banim hada madingul fanan tinante la problème to wolom tol mino bija say ni wala asabi ka ni recycling ke pour kala sambanang pour nawe kilo slot ning ani mototulu min fital kamin be se be sambana e kawle recycle e kanin chemical ol bo wala kan sun kan ni ku jama sab la tare mo dula soto oto fa ko e ko ni min fo e be dulale ya ke modernize ni ba kala do na sun kan be fintile ka fem bon kan santo ka jan ngami rewol fo ka control isaje ko se wokeno tabirland bar ni mo wokeno ko sa yake refinery ko so refinery be dawda katar satel kono la buka sunka oil refinery masil ka sa ngaji ko Gambia bina sanso sotokan no ne sanso be sotola ani storage facility dulal manyan ba refinery dami manyan na jam fala ñor yaje ñine foto barinte se funding ke ya man ñamin ke bal bu ka fo mo alta Kerr wala sako alkal yo barale min mutal bulu ngaji be hanimbi bari ñin directo kuto e lahido din akoni approval atema kalam de ala wala fo ada je ko akata fam bondi no la je min ni ibe place to e seta min nota wala kuriya minke ita fo no la kan dati je wata be tento anjay ayendani ngate fanan so ni wati kunton nin kon kata samate commande la kay letter safi immediately ngaf 2 weeks no 2 weeks deal yen jabi science lokum fula ni wo manke i safi ko tenke ni wo manke mbela dula be close la kew amanina oto science danning our step ta nga director kuto fanan ay min fonyen bengo mo hanim mo wala senka media barin jikita lale adun kunun fa ngamira mo kida mbota je luminna o so mo masimati na ta ya ka je le nyininka na ki kansulo ya bara ko na fa lafta afaya ta je ja teren atate taraje min foda ay tarebe production oka dula bebe sunkandi wo kan fato bale na ta tambita ka bita report la director ngamira director e fen photo ko be report safera akwa tebe minu kila ate fonne nata janne ay min je ay wo fole amman kontana to nyin director ko to tarwalle e ngaji ko mo kendelam ase mandina sate be nya fitanole anina mo dol oda industrial fenkol min bija ngamira sayman sakunda be hakiloto e niko oil refinery min be kela je banko to nyara sula tala foire banko bari se dani fenkana keje min seke odula silal toro min sen tora sa fa la baraka wala
alright abaraka bake alkal ba ngabra nga alkal la kuma kan moyla kuma kan senata aba kumala pour million ko bije man tuba kan moy wala angale kan moy pour idol fanan sa moy diamo to mimbe kere adu alkal o simfalta pour ka fo miyatin nyimitino nyinketa wolbe den ning Chinese wala mina lon ko be fe jang e ben dannawo nyim mantora kan na fonyo nyim mi yalon ko ka niji aman senea akambatandi bakele mfanga lon ko tonya to ya ni do ko nyin commence sunka woni nana ta sate ko no comme alkali afo ya kamundal 6 kilo fure na teda walla ni be kamo wudela na nin kamo be wide kan sunka min ka boje hanna trabu kam mantora si mola bara sunka ngo damma wo manke fendi mi yalon ko mo nyanda kata. So we come for si sate konole simfal tata several times wala wati janto kaje ko ye bondi jang bare wolbe buka nafake hani amamme baka kamin 50 kunun arami salungo len tata eni nga delegation of form tata je ay wala 50 ting simfal min tata je ay même fo mimbe dending director la ko to nyalo nga nyabo ko so je bayren ay lahid nyina ko be ko kala ko ate nata je amang meje bake kare nani ala foro ra woda marke je bare ay kuma kam min fo mimbe dending nyinto ay nju so laale bare fanan na ata ko be operate ka hanisa hani bi fa be operate ka wodo hanisa manyana sila dro nga fo ko mbola bato because na ata ko mantra takan nyanda fero kelale pour ka fenke bare simfatale motata je pour ka jeji be halo mindo ni wo bota je mbe flow bulala sanye nimmo la faka fendim foje mo dantang ite finance la kuma kango nyim foje what I was just saying is that there are a lot of things that we did with regards to this Chinese operation in this community. All proved to be futile. We went to the NEA not long ago on Thursday to register our dismay about this operation that is taking place in our community. And the director gave us assurance that they will do something about this. And definitely we are overwhelmed with what the director told us. Although he did not, he came into office not long ago, about 4 months ago. But he told us that they will do something, and he urged the Samate to write from immediate effect on Thursday to notify those people to make sure that they meet some of the standards that they were told to meet. So, and then in 2 weeks' time, they will check on them again to see if they would meet those standards or not. But then the Chinese are very, anyway, it's hard to say, but then those that we have here are very stubborn. I shouldn't generalize to say that Chinese are very stubborn, but those that we have here are very stubborn. They would not heed to whatsoever agreement that we put in place with them. So on that note, I would give the mic to the floor to allow few people, maybe 4 to 5 people, to equally register their dismay or whatsoever they have with regards to this topic.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم mba fala sala kafobe assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh comme councilor to yala kabo alkali babala ani min keta VDC ila taro nyin ko nyato nga tare no kanka kuma kan nyin tandi nteta be satala no bawo wato ma di barin se nyin tandi ko ka folo mi ya lonko ibe tonya dada kan adun sate be nyanta wakillale e bula nyuno kan nga bule no kan ngaje ko ko nyin ay taturu karante wato wati ni e kumandi hannata numbe hajo hajilan ka be bulale ngaje ko nyin ko nyanta kala woto sate alifalu mbe dandalaro dile la mo kane fa yotindi kom idi ngole be nyin ko kon e barandi ngole be yema mari ngole bije sa itete bolam ni te ku bondi je yol tuje jamala bije so woto silan nyanta jela kon to nga ko min do ku ma soto no ma keno nin dingol wuli taw ko lay ba kela alinye ma koy alin kana jotaya dol kana jotaya de keba na jotaya dingute hanyila alinga fatiya dingol ni ko ma yalon ko be min kan nin dim fañol le dental nim mama ñol le dental nim mbaringol le dental kabo alla VDC la kebala ani min bano ma ani atul min be bano secretary general aliye ko min be muta nte ba ko ma bimba ko ma soma sinin dimba ko ma ni janni be sala inshallah ni ma fon fure dal bawo alkali ma muru ko ma ntete muru la ko katu ngaje ko alkali e kuwo ku dunu abuka muru ko kende yato oton tol min bano ma ni atara ko tonya tol be kala keba kendol tal ngan bula anoka alafta dinni wul bala min nga fi dinni wul la fo ya lon contrôle lafte tol fon la katambi fon e kumo bete fola no wato ma di bari alla kuma kan wayen kontani bake kon se nyin taral dam malon bawo luntawol ngaluntawol so ton tata bari nata nga kumo min taral da kon alhamdulillah rabbil alamin alama ale barako keje alama ale stro keje alama ale bunya keje alama ale darajo keje kila fan hormat sallallahu alaihi wasallam ñinno mun tela kumandi wuti insa min di yalla folo inshallah
musafa alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin mbe sate be tentula bak mbe present village development committee ton kontona bak ñentol di sola bak nte nkadi amunun former VDC to yala kuwo kunin kala kuwo la ñun kuwo la ndelam no bwante nte akelo min ke ñun kuwo la wallahi nju sola tabak ku klindo wala ni tora attendance wo man dan amanya na danaten sate bele nyanta kolla nyina ya sijaje ko radio saje video television saje ko sate bele malla fala nimbu kulete mi yaron ka sarata nene tata be ngala lamen kerewan ko ni folo kumbo ko mani nan ko yen tora nin sun kaw ntele wultan ko kon tolle na toro lo nyinti suto nin tilo vice president coming for the vice president mituno ayo ntel ni jabile je mitindura holo kono nte because fonyo kabon to le tribal ni tele mo fenlo ni tribal se sama hatri kandi fonyo be kanana tribal wallahi kalta alana la kilala belola ko bi sutola belola ko ma tilola belola ko ma selola belola ko ma kuokula anonte fana ba katala ko funding ke na be sate ko ja na former VDC members nga bulal noma abetata mo feo akuyata mo feo ntolla na falon for the sake of our people nga fight for the rest of our life finish thank you all so much
bismillahir rahmanir rahim belun tangol be kontonna men be nata jam mo be bunda to jang journalist nata jam be kontonne tolni kontongol be sate la VDC kontonna be sate la council elders kontonna be musol min fana nata jam be kontonna nyin ko fana be mbele bulu Mandinari musol bebe ntoro kono jang ntol mi be masakari no to jan nim fata masakari no to jan nim be do ko la je na fengol fanga firol be ka konkon malum be kala na nyami andu ngela mun tol ni tol bebe na nerin nim bi je fanga to malum be hani tabiro fanga nim ba kala fanga sa ka suwol kono ngana sam ka tun tan ñun la noro be fesu ko je wulo kono je na tabiro fana bi je do mo fensun kan do na bulan na fengol kono woka kole ambulu bakel sa en ka tabiro ke suwol kono nimbe tirinya na jelu mina ya cika duno ya sambana ni wulo kono nyem bela duno leti dindol mindi be mbulo kono jang kunum fa ni fata jan e ka toto la moy karo bela ko mena kelem abe mu nyin sun kan leti malum be kala na nyami ni be hani la laran kay be bun kono fa dula be sun kefe ni han ni ya cura ya mala fa wose fisi aba ni man cura ya mal dula be ka tara sun kan ne fe fo la bon le sayni akamunta ko ni dal talal dro amanya na kala wanyama mo be ka kuya moy Anun company fana buka kuya moy. Bara kende ma fana bela fila wala. Anyin tinyar mo malla fi wala. Bayra manta mi do kula mandinarin dingu min fami dinu lanta do kula be kontra mol kono. Iman soto. Ikala le kenene ka fo e ko be nyindi lalal. Bar mbe mandi mbe alla sate dingu le tala. Na me da ko take do ye boy koto. Ikara je kan nyuna molla ban karo bela ikane famna sambana ndiye do ko. Sai mandiran dingol man do ko kaje. Mandiran dingol be faalaje. Ibe kuran naje. Yalo fana ko yatal mfangala wulu sate kono. Tadulaten. Janda mala mun toliyate. Annum be balurin jannedo ne luwalu suuto mbella la sunkan kono be wulla sunkan kono be tilnyana sunkan kono luwalu abi fenne tinya la mbalo kono nto mbal fe ali aldunta ko ko to na tarambe jang hannin kilin na mbal fe ala baraka
billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين مساتو الكالي كونتنا أنن ساتو المامي أنن كانسلولو أنن فين ناتا جينين بيغوتو جامبال بي كونتنا كونتندر نياني مالا nta de mandina ringel san nen dun ta jambar nga ko mengi janye sangi dan taw kon asembo warta katu tibi be mol fala asuma be mol fala sunkan ka bonan dame mo malon dindi wal me wuluta san tolbe dame to bi dindi ngo men nga jara le pitano to aman kende ano asiata me mira e marsila o man di mo men jarano o to aka summe na wol nyanta talal kawul bay wol nyanta baylal e marsi kana jang ntele ka wuli jang ka jang kar keso suk e don kilo la jang har hani biya mamba sol kono be tinyala firesi ko men be sata ko nyina lodu la tawal moma jarano woto hani bi fondin kewolu mbal ko ma bi mbal ko ma sama ntol be da men tol wal falat nin tol fata biya mam wote wara bar sama al faldu ha wata ali bayo muna noro be sata woto ali bay yankaro tumo meta ali bayo alinga sama alfalfanene posi Baloo ala baraka.
I want to thank everybody from the Alcalo and the Council of Elders, my colleague VDC executives. I'm Fatou Toure, I'm the Environment Subcommittee head in the VDC. I want to thank you, because we are yearning for this kind of occasion for a long time. Since 2008, we have been fighting this Chinese problem. But we went to a lot of places, as PRO has already said it. Like we write a lot of letter to the concerned authorities, like the NEA, the petroleum, and the health. But the response was very, very low, because these things have been coming here. We reported, but none of them has taken actions. So we are thanking the journalists for them to come here to cover this occasion for us. So what I want to emphasize now we are in this pollution for a long time. So we want a swift action from the government. We want the government to come out and take action, especially the NEA. So as you know now, even now, right now, we are facing the pollution now. People are here, they can all attest to it now. So now this thing is our problem. We have people here that have been having problems like the asthma and other things. If this pollution is taking place, all these people, their asthma attacks and other problems are started coming. So I think it's high time for the NEA and the government to start and work something about these Chinese people here. For us now, we are not going to sit down. As the youth of this community, we are not going to sit down. We are not going to stop from here. And really, in a short period of time, if the government or the NEA doesn't take any actions, we the youths here also will try and come out. We'll go to the Inspector General of Police. We take permit there and go out and do strikes. And we know that area. We know the area how it is. We have other companies there. There is the GB and Petrol and other things. So they have to do it, because you cannot just sit like a problem like Keba has our security officer at the VDC, as he mentioned it, because you cannot just sit. The problem is persisting, and the government is they are just keeping quiet, saying nothing. So if like people come out and do certain things, that's the time they will bring securities and do other things. So we are tired now for 10 years now. We want actions. If any action is not taken, the use of this community will go out peacefully to do peaceful demonstration. That's what I have.
Before we allow the journalists to ask their questions, I would quickly allow one person to say something, because they're staying around that end and they know how offensive this smell that is coming from the Sony Company is disturbing them. It's disturbing the entire community, but those around that vicinity face severe ones than us. So I'll allow Cherno to say something. Mbe Cherno bulala wofana ya ala kuma kama fo abetoro minkono bayre tolbe sabatri nyimma fa wala saate bula FM fo jande mbe journalist bulala nyin nkar mimbe buli yaf Cherno.
Assalamu alaikum be saate mol konton banko be konton yo aminta ko saate kulam nyin dol kadi amin chani shole yang dol mun ye doko ken tol ngalon nde sanji woro mbiye ndar ka bajan kita wato mai iman sawnjan nyim bagage mum be na den tin a sawndo kiran kunkan nde bora jande tol ka bajan kita yundum ke samana ke bagage samana jang bar saate jamale nyil commande pour que sambaje man son saate inata na forcer lo nya fe tun daga nyin la nyin to ntel ka bajan kotu mandinari nya kita kotu 35000 litre ko ta tulifon la kotu nawet ko bon welo mum ambete ka bon ntel ka sambaje nga ta tan 35000 litre nga samana ika mun kije chemical ifen ko soda e kawle kije ani asibo ntel kita bâtiment 6 barol nka sikana nga samana e kawle rifan ka gasol wo gasol fana ni ata ni rifan ntel ka ni nga 35000 litre sta 20000 litre warka ke gasol 15000 litre so ka ke chiwol ntel nata na kata bari ka do ko mun ke da nta fanga courant so rejel bilam ba flam mole bari mun hanin do ma fele jam man na ma fay ni ka chemical ni asibo mo mix wala kanyinke ni chani chol koy ko ikale ko mbe sauna jam beta ni ma forso le tita ni koy ko mbe fanko pipe ni mbaji la banko fana bet iman tonya ni tek ita mix on le pour ka maintain pour ka ke no kudoti tawon san nte bota jande nte bije 6 years bari ngaji be mbalo ko na ka nte ta fo mbalo finta mbar yang nata na bulajin tar ka funti mbi mbe ka funti nga asinan sodo na bulo katta yen sambale ptano ka ben sambale ptano watu mine yen check Senegal yen computer ke mbalo ko ne ko ne bari te sasa be balal mu manke asinan damat itol nata na mu nek mewo carton woro ani comprimé mu yano comprimé mewo comprimé ka ale anke yen jara fon kendiata maf mono mata fonu la moy yawon san e konyo kay kamana do ko tebe no rifan glad tulifon e ko le rifan ka ke gasol e konyo ko abe mun ton ko gambi e konyo bari sasala akon ni atar ni ndefan e kabire na natalo fundal ndefan nen jusoje ani nkaro da fa e camera li fanko ka ke nyami aka li kanyo ka so to nyami akira wala nyam bari natana njara wala nyam 1 week inshallah 6 days strong yembondi leptano to ali hakin be wol tambe to fonkum nken diata wotu man nat nana naraje koy ben tala ko do ko kontaake ko ben tala do ko kontaake ntedi na bor keso do tol nata jande ngami ne fa alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ne chinese wol bulawle nyama ntata yindatan ta skuloto aja may mena savi ngata be wol to drive na sanji nan sen bar chinese wol en lanto mota ma fono la moy muma jelonde mum bije nge ale ma ko nge fere ke boje ni man be jang ni man bojam belbe courant shot pa ko nte nga shot dam nte tulifon dawo da gasolo fa wo fem bije nte nga kenya londe e ka be kenya mi ngalon ila gasolo fa nte to me ka 40 litre do 40 bidon barol bidon dinande nka wa bar buka fen shot je anda gasolo man betia moto jamal be ngara shot jang gasolo la ila felo man betia encore ntara jande fo sera ko han moto tamita na sunga dunda nka fa moto ka gasolo mo yusama betia ngay lon bakela manke gasol fa ngawlo noro long Gambia jaan nga fere ke ñu Mandinari nga fere ke ñilla banko sata jamale ñil kele jaan ma ke pour que commande tarje man son ba sor ñol bele ñu commande pirañol be il lafta piranay man son ba sor man son yaje fara da fan wal be man son Mandinari sembo sor ye nata jam ar nga fere kam fara nga bon jam ndala ko modam mo ala ba.
Thank you very much, Cherno. We heard from Cherno that he was working in the Chinese company. He used to transport about 35,000 liters of used heavy fuel from Nawek. That is what he transported to Gum Petroleum for it to be refined into to Sony Company for it to be refined to gas oil and also petroleum. And out of that 35,000 liters, about 20,000 liters would be refined into petroleum and as well as gas oil. So the other 15,000 liters is either water or even coal. We also understand that it's not only air pollution that these Chinese people are posing into our community. Environmentally, even soil solution or underground water, it can even soil down into our underground water and affect it. Because as he said, about 15,000 liters would be either water or the coal that it produces. So if that one goes into the underground water, can you imagine what that impact will be in later life? So this chemical that they use, as we were told, is sulfur. Sulfur has lifelong implications in our health. Not only to say that people will suffer now, but in later life, even our children can suffer. Unborn children can suffer. They can come with certain congenital abnormalities that we will see in our children in later life. So it has a lot of health implications. So having said that, we would open the mic or the floor for the journalists to ask their questions. But before that, these are some of the photos that we even took from Sony. You have any other?
Yeah, no, it's just this.
Yeah, it's not very clear here, but then you would understand that they also pollute the underground water as well as soil. Yeah, so because they don't take care of the waste. When they did the environmental impact assessment, they made so that at least they dug, a hole where they would put in their waste oil. But then even that doesn't meet standards. So there are a lot of things that these people are posing into our community and our environment. So I will give the mic to any other journalist who wants to ask one or two questions.
In your speech or statement, you did talk about the issue of compensation.
Okay.
And you also talked about the issue, but let's talk about the compensation. I want to know how much was the village asking in terms of the compensation that you talked about, and then the other one has to do with but just go ahead with that.
So much for that very important question. I have a document here that was prepared by the VDC. It was the development plan for the health subcommittee. We felt that our rights have been violated and we were being prone to hazardous pollution for a period of 10 years. So who knows, we might begin to develop certain conditions among villages. You will see maybe sometime later, you will see people coming up with certain disease conditions. So if those begin to emerge, how do we take care of them? So we deemed it necessary as a VDC to request a compensation from them, since we believe that they are the main cause of those problems that we think might result. So we brought the health subcommittee's development plan, that is the upgrading of this health facility where we are right now. So we submitted that to them. We say, you will have to finance this development plan so that we can have a well-equipped health facility within the village. So that in an instance we have emergence of certain ailments as a result of this pollution that has been going on here for a period of 10 years, then we will be well equipped to take care of those conditions.
This was the main reason why we requested for that, that compensation. And the figure goes to about $4.something million. I have a document here. If you give me time, I can go through the documents. That is the Health Subcommittee's development plan. The exact figure is there, but then it is $4.something million. That was requested from them.
Okay, the other question has to do with foul play, the issue of foul play.
Okay.
You said you suspect foul play on the part of the NEA.
Okay.
Specifically, when you say foul play, what do you mean?
Okay, what I mean by that is that, we were told that by one of the staff of NEA during a meeting with the Chinese that these people have been given a stop notice. That apart, the Minister of Environment have said it on a state TV that they have given these people a stop notice and they are no longer operating. That's just barely 2 months ago. A copy of that video is in the social medias. You go to YouTube, you type the minister, how do you call it, Kerr Fatou meets the honorable minister, you will see it. So he told Kerr Fatou point blank that these people are no longer operating. And just recently, when we visited NEA, the director, after I have quoted the encounter of the honorable minister with Kerr Fatou, he said he did not say it on his own. That information was provided by him, the director. He said, and he also told the minister that because he has previously conducted a visit to the site to confirm whether the stop notice is being observed still. And then he said, based on his visit, he has not found them cooperating. And then the guy that he talked to, who he claimed to be the native of this village, told him that they are not operating. So based on that, that guy he's working there. He's a staff there. So for his interest, he might tell the director that these people are not working, so that he can be paid. So he said based on that, that is why he told the honorable minister these people are still observing the stop notice. So if the minister is saying these people are observing the stop notice, the director, until that meeting we had with him just barely 4 days ago on Thursday, until that date, he was with the notion that these people are observing the stop notice. Can you imagine? It was during the meeting that he had to confirm from Samate what is the situation of Sony today. And Samate said, we have issued them an 1 year approval since March. That was when the current director of NEA realized that these people are no longer observing the stop notice. So how come? And it's the same office. And it's the same office. So our stand is let them revoke that license until the conditions are met.
To be clear, or to be explicit enough, is it the case that Mr. Samate, you suspect Mr. Samate of taking money from someone?
Most probably. I cannot clearly say that he has done that because I have no evidences. But then that is the notion. That is the kind of notion it is creating to us.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. We are not saying that Samate took any money from Sony, but it is as foul as it sounds. When Sony should meet certain criteria or conditions before giving them a 1 year period of operations, they should have made so that they meet all those criteria before giving them the notice, and that wasn't done. And in the same office, the director didn't know that they gave them, 1 year operational notice. So there is kind of a foul play. How it came about, whether they took money or whatsoever, we are not saying that. But then it sounds as there has been a foul play. And it is as foul as it sounds. Thank you very much.
The issue of compensation. I think the issue of compensation came when they want to graduate to a recycling process. There is a need for the village to sign an MOU. So that's why we came in to say that we cannot sign any MOU with them graduating to a recycling factory until they compensate the village for operating in our community illegally for 10 good years. So as Yusufa said, the PRO, at that time we are developing our development plan 2018-2021. So we sold that part of the health sector to them so that they can at least try to see what they can do. So that it was valued at 4-point-something million. Okay, but as the PRO said, they promised that they are going to do it, but they have to put it into writing, which they fail us. So it is our surprise that this license has been issued, because myself, I'm a regulator. Because before an institution is licensed, there are procedures. I deal with financial sectors. If you are an existing institution and there is change in directives or regulations, then we come up with a plan how you should meet that requirement. But if you are coming as a new institution, we must ensure that you meet those requirements. Okay? So there is no action plan drawn to convince the VDC or the relevant stakeholders that Sony has made this. This is just a matter of putting the cart before the horse, which is very wrong. So that is a very suspicious act on the part of the NEA. That's why we said that it's a foul play.
I want to inform the Honorable Minister that Sony has never closed down. As I said earlier on, they've been operating clandestinely. They said they gave them a close notice or make sure that they meet certain criteria before operating. Even at that state in time, they never closed down. What they would do is they would wait for a while and then operate. So that is no closing. Their environmentalist, we met with her for quite a while. And the last time we met with her, she informed us that they had a stock that they wanted. They had a stock that they wanted to finish. That is why they were operating. But you were told to stop. Why should you finish the stock that you have? You should wait until you meet that. The criteria. Then you go on with your operations. But they have never stopped. So we are informing the Honorable Minister that there was no time that Sony has closed down.
So I think I've had so many questions during my other program, my morning program. So I am Wagadigo from Senate Radio. First, you talked about Lamin Samate. I think it's a native of the village. Most of you say it's one of your problems in this. So do you think there are other people behind Lamin Samate? Because looking at Mandinari is a big town. Looking at the tone out of the youth here, it's kind of very poor. It's kind of poor, I can say. So do you think all the village is behind you? That's the first question. Now the second question is, you talked about the negative impact that the company is having on the community. Now, what are the positive? Do you have any positive things that the community, that this company is bringing to the people?
We'll begin with whether the whole village is behind us. Yes, the whole village is behind us. Almost all the villagers are angry about these people. There was a time the people of the village had attempted a protest, and then it brought about a fear in the minds of the elders and the alcalo. The alcalo had to even make an effort to go to the central mosque to take a loudspeaker, a mic, and then invite all the youths to his house. He immediately called the police commissioner to come and be in attendance of that meeting with the village youth. And then through his effort, together with the council of elders, they were able to calm the youth so that they do not stage the protest. So that anger still exists in the youth. So if we should invite all the youth to come here and attend this peaceful press conference that we have organized, we feared that it might result into violence. So this was one of the reasons why we did not invite for a larger turnout, because the villagers are so angry as it is right now. In fact, all this while, they are forcing us to protest, but we are telling them we want to take the due process. So by the grace of God, we have planned to drop a letter at the IGP probably this week, because we have been promised that they are going to write to these people and they will copy us with immediate effect. But no letter has reached us till now. We have not seen our copy. So whether they have written to them or not, we don't know. But all we want is let the operations be stopped until such a time that the, the conditions that they have attached are met. But in fact, our stand is we do not want this sludge recycling, this substandard sludge recycling that is being conducted here. We do not want it to continue. We want development though, but not this kind. These people have never provided any official positive aid to the village. Although, notwithstanding, they have built a bridge for their own personal economic reasons. They were operating some boats and they needed a bridge, a landing site for those boats. So they constructed it. But then unfortunately, along the line, those boats had few issues with the authorities, Ministry of Fisheries authorities, and then they were giving a fine. So along the line, whether they were able to pay the fine or not, but eventually they moved. I understand from somebody, I learned from somebody that they have moved to Guinea-Bissau. So that bridge has remained as a property of the village because it is on our land. So that aside, during the meeting that we had with them the last meeting we had with them, for the day that we were telling them our stand as a village that we do not want them to continue operating, and if ever they cooperate, we are going to strike against them. That they were giving us, another, promises that they are trying to make a boat for the village, and that boat, when it is done, they would want to hand it over to the villagers so that it can help them uplift their economic development. That one has never been the village has never been informed about that. So we still see that as one of their, foul plays, just to drag our attention from that. So official, like I said, they might have done one or two supports to certain individuals, who knows. But then officially, they have never rendered any official support to the village. There is nothing like how much time are we going to wait. We are going to stage a peaceful demonstration. A peaceful demonstration by taking the due processes. And that is not regarded as unlawful. So in as much as the director has promised to do something about it, fine, we are very pleased with that. He can carry on. But that would not also prevent the VDC to stage a peaceful protest by taking the due procedures. And by the grace of God, like I said, we plan to drop the letter either by Monday or Tuesday to the, to the office of the IGP. And then if we are given the approval, by next weekend, we plan to do the protest. That is the plan.
IGP. So if IGP fails to give you approval, so what step are you going to take?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. We are hopeful that the IGP will give us approvals, because we are not going to do any harm. We're going to, tell the general public how we feel about this process, and then if they receive the letter, we are optimistic that they will give us an approval. We know that the climate is sometimes cloudy, especially when it comes to this 3-year, 2-year, 5 years thing, which is going to be just next door, that is December. But we are also very, very much technical and tactical when it comes to portraying our messages. So we hope that he will give us approvals. In an instance, he doesn't give us approval, we'll still follow the due process. We know if we are denied, we should equally find out the reason why we are denied, and then we pursue that to even court level. So we are not going to do anything that is contrary to the laws of this land. Thank you very much.
2 points on that question. I think it is our constitutional right. I think writing to the IGP is a formality. That is different from what is contained in the Constitution. Now, since our intention is to conduct a peaceful demonstration, okay, still we'll try to follow the due process until we realize that the authorities fail us and they do not want us to they don't want to give us the go ahead with the demonstration. But notwithstanding, we will try to make sure that we take the first step, and that is to write to the IGP office, and we are convinced that our plight will be answered. To the end of the program, and I want to give a closing remark on behalf of the chairman, the Alcalo of Mandinari, and the Council of Elders, and all those people present. I think the press presence here is very, very important. purposely to hear our concerns, and most of those concerns have been addressed. And we hope that the information will be extended to the authorities, and then they will also listen to it and take the necessary actions. As mentioned by Keba, our security advisors, we don't want to learn from past mistakes that happened in areas like Faraba Bantang, that happened in areas like Gunjur, and this could likely be one of them, because there is a proverb in our local language: if you put somebody to the corner until he's come to the end, he will have to, he or she will bounce back. May God forbid we don't want to reach that situation. As concerned citizens, as body represented in the community, it is also our mandate, as enshrined in our constitution, to make sure that we protect our community, and that is our stand today. So I'll make sure that that thing happens in the right way, by taking the due process. So on behalf of the Alkali, the chairman, and the entire village, I thank you very much for answering to our call. Thank you very much.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
All right. Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baloo?
Baloo? What is Baloo?
Baloo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baloo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baloo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baloo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, or Mali. Baloo, better than sending money.